You're listening to the BTEC PE podcast with Mr. B. Welcome to the BTEC PE podcast. Today we're going to be looking at plyometric training, which is the third element for strength training for BTEC PE. So it's really hard to describe and explain plyometrics without actually seeing it visually. So make sure you go check out my plyometric training YouTube video, which will give you loads of examples of what we're talking about. So plyometric training is aimed at developing the explosive power and strength of athletes needed for specific sports. So any sports that require explosive movements like basketball, volleyball, or some of the jumps in athletics will benefit from plyometric training. So I used to be an athlete, I used to be around athletes quite a lot training, and I always used to see the long jumpers, triple jumpers and high jumpers performing plyometric training a couple of times a week. Also, as a 400, 800 meter runner, we did occasional plyometric sessions as well to really improve that power. So what needs to happen is the performer exerts maximum force in short periods of time. By rapidly shortening and lengthening the muscle through explosive contractions, the performer will develop their explosive power. Now, you need to be cautious when you're approaching plyometric training. You need experienced coaches that are going to make sure they take you through the required technique to avoid injuries and get the maximum results out of it. Examples of plyometric training, we've got stuff like box jumps. You could do that two-footed, really controlling that action onto and off the box. We've got bench jumps, we've got hurdles. You can use the little hurdles in a variety of different ways to improve explosive movements. You can use cones, you can use medicine ball exercises as well. You could also do weighted sled sprints as well, or stuff like hill sprints could be classed as plyometric if you do it in a really explosive manner. So we've also got stuff like incline press-ups, we've got jumping, bounding, skipping or hopping exercises as well. So the main benefit of plyometric training is it's really sport specific. As we said at the start, basketball players, volleyball players, jumpers in athletics really need that explosive power. So they're going to really benefit from this type of training in their event. You definitely want to check out my YouTube video on plyometric training, or just search for any kind of plyometric training on YouTube and find loads of more examples to go with this. So that's your quick summary of plyometric training. Next time we're going to be looking at aerobic endurance training. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow this podcast, check me out on social media as well. Thanks for listening.